Yeah, how's it going? My name's 24602. But you can call me Lucky. Served on Endor, and when that service was finished, they posted me up on this ugly planet, Coruscant. It's pretty boring if you ask me. I mean, there's a lot going on, but I mean, what's the point of all this? Well, if I'm gonna live on a planet like this, at least I can do some good, bring some justice to this wretched hive of scum and villainy. I'll keep you posted, and you'll hear about all my adventures on this first season of the Patreon of Coruscant Nights. Just broke the fourth wall.
Yep. Welcome to Coruscant Nights. These two episodes that we've got here are the first bit of Coruscant Night recording ever. You'll see that the black light district was still a red light district, and the geography is all messed up, but we hope you enjoy our first foray into the world of Coruscant.
Enjoy!
I did think of another idea, a fourth idea.
Okay.
Set in the Clone Wars, and I'm a clone, a defector.
That is a thing that you could do.
I would actually really like to do that. I'll have to practice my New Zealand accent. Yeah, I want to be a clone. I want to be a defecting clone.
All right. What is your job?
I'm like a...
You don't have to be like a bounty hunter or something. You could be a chef. You could be a busker on a street corner.
A busker?
A guy who plays music for money.
Oh, but I'm a clone, so I'm like trained in cloniness. This is the whole thing now.
Alright, so you'd be human.
Gotta be human. I think I should be the most normal, average clone in the clone army.
Okay.
You know, I thought this was a really original idea, and then I remembered that this is basically the plot of The Force Awakens.
It's also the plot of a certain episode of Clone Wars.
There's like a clone, or did they like find a clone who has a like half Twi'lek, half human children?
Yep.
What's a Vanguard? Is it like a close quarters?
Vanguard is ready for anything at the front lines kind of guy.
And what's Trailblazer? Isn't that like kind of the same thing?
Trailblazer, it's more like exploring in addition to being a soldier. So that's the Trailblazer talent tree. Stalking, tracking. It's got one with nature. This is the Vanguard. It's more like being quick on your feet.
Well, I'm on the fence between the Trailblazer and the Vanguard. I'm gonna go with the Trailblazer.
Okay, alright, so you should have the Trailblazer skill tree, and you should have a almost blank character sheet. Yeah. So, do you have that character sheet?
Yeah, I have it.
Is there anything else you need to add to your character?
I don't think so.
Alright, so 24602 is on Coruscant, has been thinking about defecting. What does your character look like?
Okay, 24602 looks quite a bit like any other clone. He's got a shaved head, like buzzed pretty short. Maybe he's got like some, he's got like a couple tattoos or something hidden somewhere. He doesn't have any of like the face tattoos or anything that some of them do from the Clone Wars show.
Mm-hmm.
He can definitely disappear in a crowd of clones.
Okay.
He has no distinguishing features. He blends into the background.
Has he seen many battles?
I think that he has served probably one
A tour?
He served like a tour. Yeah, so like he dropped down on another planet and like saw the fight to completion.
Okay.
But that's it, just one. So he's maybe been fighting in the clone army for like 2 years.
Where was that battle?
That battle was on the forest moon of Endor.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he realized that he likes nature and he likes trees while he was out there. He spent a lot of time just sleeping outside and like hanging out with some furry things that he found. There's like a billion things there. He also, he fought some aliens. He fought some giant spiders.
Any marauders on horses?
Yeah, they one time their camp got ambushed by marauders, and they had to retreat. He doesn't have a lot of love for the marauders, but he does love cute little furry animals. He thinks they're great. He would try to communicate with them. They would give him tips about, tracking and things like that.
Yeah. And Endor is kind of a weird place. There are a lot of really strange creatures there.
Very diverse.
Yeah. Did he ever run into anything that he couldn't explain?
He did awake one misty Endor morning to what he thought was an earthquake, but he later realized was a passing, what did you call it?
A giant green thing?
Gorax.
Okay.
Probably 5 miles away.
That's great.
Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit about 24602.
So where is 24602 right now?
So he's on Coruscant?
Yeah.
I think that he is basically in, it's a very like seedy red light district.
Okay.
And he's on patrol. They probably have him go out sometimes by himself, sometimes with like 1 or 2 other troopers. And at this point, they are mostly just like police officers, and he's pretty bored. The lights and the noise are getting to him. We prefer a more quiet, tranquil environment, but
maybe
there are a lot of colorful people to talk to, which he does enjoy.
He's a couple hundred levels down. Pretty much what amounts to his leave, which is not really leave, it's just more work, but less fighty work. Is he with anybody?
Yeah, he's out on patrol with one other dude who he knows him okay. He knows him by, he knows him to see him. To other people, they basically look like twins.
Yeah, what's this other guy's name?
He's got a nickname, which is Dice.
Dice.
That looks like a nickname, right?
Yeah, how do you get that?
Dice is a compulsive gambler and loves Coruscant and likes to disappear and, play dice with the, street urchins and stuff. That's what he likes.
All right, so he is patrolling down in these seedy levels where you can't see the sky. It's just one big metal box. The ground is metal, the walls are metal, the ceiling is metal. It is dark, nighttime. There are neon lights everywhere advertising gambling houses and bars. The local shops are closed, but the bars are hopping. And I'm going to right away use my dark side point because you see somebody that you recognize. And you recognize him from the wanted posters. He's a Gand, so like Zuckuss.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So he's got like a face mask, breathing apparatus. He's wearing long reddish robes, and he just walked into a bar.
Hey, Dice. Do you see that guy go into that bar?
I didn't see no guy going to that bar. Busy looking
God.
at
It's
that.
really hard to say what I want to say.
That gambling establishment.
While doing
over
that
there.
accent. Gambling?
More. I'm a little more interested in the gambling.
You could save your gambling for when your shift's done, Dice. We're going in after him.
All right, lead the way.
All right.
What
so
is?
we head into this place.
Yeah. What is this Gan's name?
He's gonna be like Vorgus.
What?
Vorgus.
Vorgus.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you guys head into this bar, and it is packed, and the music is booming and super loud. Bright lights are flashing from all over the place. There's a long bar in the center of the room. It's got two guys tending it, Duros and a Rhodian.
Okay. We walk in. Keep your eyes sharp. Get your blaster out.
Dice gives you hand signals because he can't hear you at all. He points to his ear.
Yeah. I pull my blaster out from being holstered and point Dice to take a walk around the perimeter, one direction. Like he goes to the left, and I'm gonna go to the right around the bar.
All right, so you pull your blaster out and give Dice a little circle in the air to meet on the other side. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Exactly.
All right, Dice pulls out his blaster and heads to the right around the crowd.
Okay, so I'm making my way. I'm maybe even assuming that our visors give us a little bit of a sight advantage in this crazy visual space.
I would say normally you'd get a black die for darkness because you've got darkness and flashing lights, but I will allow you to not have that black die.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a perception check
Okay.
of this room.
So it's going to be your perception, and the difficulty is going to be 3 purple dice.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Dang.
How'd you do?
2 failures.
2 failures. There are just too many people in this bar. You don't spot him. You know what? You see somebody who is him. Yeah, you see him. He's by the bar. He's getting a drink from the Rhodian.
I come right up behind him. I poke him in the back with my gun and say, "Jigs up, focus. You're coming with me."
This guy turns around, and you see the breathing thing, and you see the bald, brownish head. But where a Gand would have 2 big eyes, he's got 2 little tiny eyes. He is a Tognath. Like those guys from Rogue One with the tubes.
Yes. So I go, whoa.
He's gesticulating. He's not talking, but he's angrily gesticulating at you now.
Go back to your drinks. No harm done. Walk away. Get out of there.
The crowd here is just huge. Tons of people. Big people, small people, people who breathe air, people who don't.
I have a skill for tracking people.
Why, yes, you do.
I can remove a rank, one rank of check to find a person.
Yeah. So tracking is survival. Do you want to try and track it?
Yes. I'm looking around to see if I see any any kind of clues to where Gand might be. Maybe be with other Gand or in a special Gand room. So I'll do a survival check.
Yep, and it's going to be, let's go with 2.
Because I'm reducing the check.
So
cost.
You're starting out with 2 purple and a black because it is just so crowded here, and your skill gets to remove that black because you're an expert.
I get it. Okay. I got 2 success and 1 threat.
Perfect. You notice a neon sign off in the distance that says NH3.
NH3. NH3, is that a...
It's ammonia.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say, and I thought I would be wrong, so I stopped myself. Is it I see a sign. I know a little bit about Gand. They might be hanging out in that area maskless.
It's possible.
To enjoy what it's like to be on their home planet.
Yeah. It's their ammonia lounge.
The ammonia lounge. Yep. I've heard about that. That's what I was looking for. That's where I'm heading.
So you make your way across the room through the enormous crowds to the ammonia lounge. It's brightly lit on the outside around the door, just so that every species knows that if they go in here, they're not going to live. It's got a big blast door and what appears to be an airlock.
Does my helmet filter? I don't think my helmet actually does filter stuff like that.
So it is established in episode 7 that later Stormtrooper armor does not filter, right?
It's in one of the movies. They're like, it filters smoke, but something
Yeah.
else it doesn't.
You've got some handy light side points.
I'm going to flip a light side point and say that Dice and I both have the ability to, we can filter that out with our helmets.
All right, yeah. So you can close off your helmet.
We are, we're like police, but we're like kind of like hazard police. Like we've got some upgrades. Yeah.
Okay. Is Dice nearby?
I look over and see that Dice is gambling.
Of course he is. He found a little toy Darien off in the corner. It's got some chance cubes. Red, blue.
Yeah, they're all in that red or that blue. I think Dice actually probably has like a chance cube tattoo on the back of his neck.
I'm sure he does.
He's like totally ignoring me. I'm waving my hands in the air.
He can't hear
to get
you.
his attention.
Nope. Too many distractions. Got those bright lights, flashing lights. He cannot get his mind off the game.
Yeah, he's hopeless. I'll do this myself.
All right, you push the button on the
I'm
door.
going in.
The door slides open, and you walk into the airlock. The door slides closed behind you, and the one in front of you opens. And this room seems like it's like filled with smog. You can barely see about 4 feet ahead of you.
All right, I'm gonna push forward.
You can tell that it's not a really big room. It's sort of like a sauna. There are benches along the walls where people can sit, small tables where they can put their drinks down.
I'm gonna see him very quickly if he's in here.
Yep. So there are a couple people in this room.
I announce to the room, looking for a gan named Vorgus. He's under arrest.
One person stands up, and you hear him talking. You don't understand a word he is saying.
Right. Just, maybe if you pointed, that would be helpful.
It is the guy you're looking for.
Is he still wearing his red robe?
Yeah, he's wearing the red robe, but he doesn't have his mask on, so he looks different. He's got, like, a bug face.
Looks all gross. Okay.
Yeah.
Get your mask on, you're coming with me.
I think you should roll initiative.
Okay.
Were you expecting to be attacked by this guy?
No.
So you are rolling your cool.
Okay. Not good. 2 advantage.
Alright, you got 2 advantages. Vorgus got 2 advantages, 2 successes, and a triumph.
Wow.
So Vorgus is going first.
Alright.
He doesn't have any weapons on him, so he is going to try and go for a little surprise on you. Again, this room is really small,
Mm-hmm.
so he swings out and he smacks you right in the helmet, and he hits you, but it's not going to get through your soak. But he got enough advantages that it gives you a little leak. The part where it connects to your neck is not connecting anymore. So he smacks you in the face and he runs for the door. And I'll let you do something before he can actually get out of the room.
I'm gonna run over. I'm gonna club him over the head with my gun.
All right, so you go up behind him and you roll a melee.
with like 2 purple.
2 purple.
I got 2 success. I'm already like, why didn't I just shoot him with a stun setting? That's okay. It's not a 24602's way.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2 plus your brawn damage to this guy. What's your brawn?
My brawn is 3.
So 5. It hurts him a little bit, not enough to stop him as he slams the button for the door and starts running through. He actually gets through both of the doors and starts letting the ammonia out as he scrambles to get his mask back on. The
So
other
he's letting ammonia out into the bar.
into the bar, yeah. The other guys in the room are pretty upset, making weird face maskless noises. There's another one of those like 2 tube guys in there who's very upset that the gas is leaving, and another Gand. They're not too happy about the oxygen coming in and their air leaving. He runs out into the bar. What do you do next?
I'm chasing him out into the bar. So we pretty much have everyone's attention. I'm assuming Dice is probably even maybe turning around.
Yeah, Dice sees that there's a slight panic on the other side of the bar. Still can't hear him.
I yell out to Dice, even though he probably doesn't hear. And I gesture.
He looks up surprised. Kind of looks like he got caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do. And reaches down, grabs his gun, and starts heading towards on an intercept course.
Got it. I'm gonna just throw something at him. We're running by the bar now, and I see a serving tray. And I grab it, and I'm gonna throw like a frisbee into his back while he runs away.
So that's going to be a ranged light.
Okay.
Let's make it 2 and then a black because it's a crowded room.
Okay.
You know what? Because it's a crowded room, you can keep the black, but I'm going to use my dark side point to make it a red. So a purple and a red.
Okay, I got a success with an advantage.
Okay. Yeah, so the plate goes flying and hits the Gand on the back of the head, dealing some damage. It slows him enough for you to catch up to him.
Okay.
He's there, clutching the back of his head.
I'm assuming Dice has like intercepted him.
Yep.
We got him.
Dice is on the front left side of him. You're behind him. The crowd has parted into a sort of circle around you guys.
Nothing to see here.
Everybody
Dice,
go back about your business.
Go back to your drinks. I produced some clone trooper twine from like a little utility belt pouch.
Some twine?
And we I guess maybe not twine. Maybe I probably have binders. Yeah,
You probably have binders or like the Star Wars version of zip ties.
Since we're cops, we would for sure have binders.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
we bind his hands behind his back, and we leave the bar. I'm in front, but Dice is behind, and yeah, we're gonna get him out of this bar. We're gonna go back. Dice and I probably have some little car somewhere close by.
Some
We're gonna
kind of speeder.
take this guy down to the station.
Yeah. Let's say you've got a pair of larger speeder bikes.
Yep. That seems like something we would have.
Yeah. Not quite as chunky as the ones in Solo, but not quite as sleek as, if you can call them sleek, the ones in Return of the Jedi. Something that you could put a guy in the back.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright,
Okay.
so you put him in the back of yours or Dice's?
He's in the back of mine.
Okay. And you guys take off and head towards the surface?
Yep. Towards the station.
I would like you to make a piloting planetary roll. to see how it goes. Let's make it against 1 red.
Just in case I get a despair.
Just in case you get a despair.
And it drastically changes the way that this story is going to go. Alright. You were not lucky.
Yeah, that's the usual case.
I got a success.
Okay, so you...
Success with an advantage, actually.
Okay, what's your advantage?
As we're driving, flying through up into the traffic, I actually see there's a speeder flying by, and it's got one of its taillights is out.
So you're gonna pull him over?
Yeah, we're gonna pull him over.
Okay, so
Yeah.
The disadvantage here is that the guy, the being driving this speeder, is a Wookiee.
Oh boy. I'm gonna have to use my charm for this one. So we did pull this Wookiee over.
Yeah, if you want to speak Wookiee, you're gonna have to pass a xenology.
It's been a while, but we'll give it a shot.
It's gonna be it's tough. It's three difficulty.
Well, 2 threat. Maybe isn't that surprising.
Just 2 threat?
Just 2 threat.
Okay, so that sounds to me like you tried to speak Wookiee and you said something really offensive. Now this Wookiee is not happy. I think you just said something about his mom.
Take care of that light. You can go about your business.
He gives you...
We were just kind of like hovering next to his car.
Yeah.
I think.
He gives you a rude gesture and drives off.
Okay, so I tell Dice, well, that was pointless. And we keep driving.
So where are you taking this guy?
To the central processing station.
These, CPS.
Yep, the old CPS.
By the way, what was the name of that bar?
That was, Misty Mardigans.
Misty Mardigans. Perfect.
Yeah, it's Misty because it's a bar that's known. It's a Gand hangout.
Yeah,
you know?
well, it's known for its non-oxygen rooms.
Yes, exactly.
They've got a helium room, an ammonia room. Yeah.
Yep, helium room.
Mm-hmm. Some people just go in there for fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that they. Actually, I noticed that Dice had a pretty squeaky voice when I first ran into him.
All right, so you make it to the CPS, drop off Vorgus with another clone named Reggie.
Wait, so we show up and Reggie's there?
Yeah.
I think this place should look like the Men in Black home base from the first Men in Black movie.
Real tall ceilings, big screens.
Yeah. Just full of like crazy aliens and stuff. This is like an immigration office kind of.
Yeah, a bunch of aliens getting processed. A lot of clones behind desks.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you bring Vorgus up. You see a clone that you know is named Reggie, and he says, "Hey, 24601, how you doing?"
How's it going, Rage?
Did you not notice that he called you the wrong name?
You know what? I didn't even notice. Yeah, that's the kind of guy 24602 is. He doesn't let the little things bug him too much.
I thought you were out on the outer rim.
Just got back.
Well, welcome home, I guess.
Yeah. Not much of a home.
Who do you got here? Who's this you got for me?
His name is August.
Yeah, what's he wanted for?
Let's see here. It says, crimes against the universe, some kind of science, biological weapons, you know.
Ah, that old thing. Alright, I'll get him processed for you.
Yeah, get him on my side.
Better get back out on patrol. Reggie grabs Vorgus by the binders and gives him to another clone.
Cool.
They walk him off into a back room.
I wonder if my shift almost over?
I think we got a couple hours left in our shift. It's hard to tell down here where you can't see the sun.
That's for sure. Alright, well, back at it. So we're gonna just head back to our bikes. We're gonna go back out to the chaotic world of Coruscant and keep doing our jobs.
I want you to make that same roll to get back down where you're supposed to be.
You just really want me to get in a wreck.
Something's gonna happen either way, but...
You're gonna flip a point if I don't do this anyway.
No, I don't have any, so...
Well, you know, it'll make for a good story because I got to spare.
Oh, nice. So...
2 advantage. Yeah.
Okay. You can have the advantage after I tell you what happens. So you and Dice leave the CPS and head back down to... What level was it that you were on?
We were just on?
Yeah.
We were on...
I think there are like 5,000 levels in Coruscant.
5,000? And they're all...
Yeah, there are like 5,000.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we just went up to like the middle, right?
Yeah, 50. You went up to 5127, the highest level.
Yep. We went up to the highest?
Pretty close to the highest.
I guess it would have to be the highest because I'm assuming that like spaceships are like landing at like this place.
Yeah, if people are getting processed, like people are getting their visas checked and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty close to surface level.
We might even like have other bases closer to where we were, but that guy was pretty dangerous, so he had to be taken to like headquarters.
Yeah.
HQ. Okay, so we are on our way back down. That location, that like red light district, was what we were told to patrol for the evening.
Yeah.
So we need to report back.
All right, so that was maybe like in the 2000s.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So heading back down there is like a pretty steady stream of traffic. Up ahead, you see a speeder with its tail light out.
Maybe you'll have better luck this time, Dice. Why don't you try your luck?
Be happy to. And he turns on his siren. So he stops the speeder, and you see that it is the Wookiee.
Uh-oh.
And to this guy, you guys all look the same. So he sees Dice, pull him over. This is like the second time today. He just got fired. He's had the worst day. He gets pulled over twice. As Dice walks up to the side of the speeder, the Wookiee grabs him and just throws him off the side into the void in between these levels.
He just tosses him and he's like falling.
He's just falling. Yeah. The Wookiee just starts driving again.
24602 goes, and he's going to try and rescue him.
Yeah.
Before he splats on the ground.
Okay. You have 2 advantages.
All right.
If you want, you can use them on your roll if you want, because I'm going to make you roll another piloting check to get Dice.
Is this the same check?
No, it's going to be 2 purple.
Okay.
Do you want to use your advantages here? You can add 2 boost die.
1 for each thing?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be a rule stickler here, but I could even use my outdoorsman skill, couldn't I? To move through terrain or manage environmental effects.
So that removes a setback die. I didn't give you a setback die.
Okay. Can I turn my green into a yellow if I use a light point?
If you use a light side point, yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Oh, man, I got I did not get any success or failure. I got 2 advantage.
Okay, and you still have those 2 other advantages
from
the first piloting check?
Yeah, I do. So I have 4 advantages.
How do you want to use those advantages?
Okay, I got it. I'm trying to catch up to him.
Yeah.
But he's fallen pretty fast. I didn't start after him fast enough, and he's like still kind of out of reach.
Yeah.
I can kind of hear him going like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say all of those advantages. I'm gonna use them all on this. I'm chasing him, and he is going to land in the back of a garbage truck that's passing underneath him.
A garbage truck? Okay.
He lands in the trash.
Yeah, okay. He lands in a giant pile of trash, and it zooms away and into all the traffic, and you are alone on your bike in the middle of nothing.
In the middle of just open space.
Pretty much
right?
The open space between floors. Yeah, so you're between floors right now.
I get it.
This is kind of like a place that nobody ever explores. And you see a little hint of green.
Hint of green? What's that? I'm gonna investigate.
So you navigate your speeder around all this traffic, and in between the floors there's a gap. And there's some strange mossy stuff growing in it.
24602 has been missing the granary, the universe's natural splendor. So he's gonna check it out. He needs some moss. He's gonna like put it in his pocket and build a little terrarium back home.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Coruscant Nights.
Thanks to Doug for playing on today's episode. You can find Doug's artwork at dougceberhardt.com.
Thanks to Nick Skowron for our music. You can find more of his music at pro-am.bandcamp.com.
You can find us on social media at Coruscant Night on Twitter and at Coruscant Nights on Instagram. You can email us at coruscantnightspod@gmail.com.
Love the show and want to show your support? Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and stop by our Patreon for extra Star Wars goodness.
Now stay tuned for a preview of Pocket Singularity, an RPG podcast using the Genesis system set in the near future.
Journey up the gravity well with us as we explore the near future on the Pocket Singularity podcast. We're exploring the possibilities of science, economics, politics, and society using the Fantasy Flight Games Genesis system. Our story begins with the loss of the greatest scientific mind of the century, Ndidi Okorafor. Shadowy groups, massive corporations, and scheming politicians are all seeking to find a way to harness her breakthrough and then exploit it to their advantage. Everyone wants to know what could happen if you could harness all the energy of a black hole. If you like Peter F. Hamilton, Cixin Liu, William Gibson, Ndidi Okorafor, we think you would love this show. We look forward to having you along as we ride up this gravity well, and look forward to seeing you on the other side of this event horizon.